Hi, everybody. Hi, Seascape. Hi, Sandy. Hey, Laura. How you guys doing? Hey, Sonia. Wow, we're still here on this planet, going through stuff. What's going on with you guys? Can you see me? Can you see me? Can you hear me? Hello? Hi. Oh, good. Okay, you guys, we got this thing started. Hey, Dan, artist painter. Hey, Amy. Hey, Sandy, Kate. Good. That's important that you can hear me. Thank you. Thanks for letting me know. Hi, Mimi. Hey, Anne. Thank you. So, yeah, I'll put more. Hey, Lisa. I'll put more in my description, but let's just talk. I have nothing specific. I did choose some cards, or I got the guides gave us a card from Sacred Forest Oracle, and we have 3 cards on Elon. I'm gonna sneeze. I'm sorry. Oh. Allergies. Hey, Mystic, Michelle. Hey, Linda. 49 degrees. It's like 28 here, I think. Thank you. Thank you, me. Thank you, Lisa. Hey, Brenda. So it's so crazy. I don't even need to say that. Uh, I I'm a blue sky at Melissa Free Range, and I what do you call it? A post? What's it like a tweet? But via blue sky. What's that called? Um, and I basically said that what we're seeing right now is, or what has happened is that via Elon Musk, you know, retabulated the votes, elected chaos agents, including the chief one, the orange one, and he's trying to destroy our government. So it's a coup. That's basically why Trump and Elon and Rubio and all these people doing outrageous things. Why 2025? Because it's a coup. They're unelected, and and Putin hates America. It's trying to get back at us for God knows, Ukraine as well. But generally that was always the intent from the first Trump administration. So everything that we see, everything that's just like counterintuitive, like why are they destroying our government? Well, it's a foreign actor that's employed, I should say, and recruited domestic terrorists or bad actors, and they're taking a sledgehammer to our government and our country. That's it. So everything that we're seeing is a coup. It's part of a coup. Um, oh, thank you, Mimi. Yeah, that's part of the coup too. Is yeah, and why Putin, in the last Trump administration, via psyops and social media, QAnon, right, divided the country and made masks you know, a thing, a polarizing issue, or a vaccine's a polarizing issue because he knew and he knows that if you can divide a country, you can go in and it's weak then, and you can do all kinds of mischief, and he has done that. Kathy, what are you saying here? Is everything over the top due to 47 and Muskrat? No, their days are numbered in this administration. NATO is getting involved. I well, I think they know. First of all, they know that they did win the election, and they're like they're all criminals, and they're just going to get in there and they're going to do as much destruction. It's like before they get caught. But I'll answer more. But if you can imagine like a burglary where there's a like a home invasion, and the burglars just come in and they ransack everything. And there doesn't seem any rhyme or reason to that. That's kind of it's the same mentality because they are criminals. I still get from my guides that NATO will get involved, that there's an intervention, that it's known that there's a coup, and the military will get involved. That's what I get, but I can't guarantee that. I just think that it's so obvious what's happening right now, the destruction and the theft, and uh, that I think that the world it will make the world so unstable if NATO doesn't get involved, and if the same part of the government that we have that is binding to the Constitution is going to intervene. What do you think, you guys? Yeah, Mimi, it is. It is so violating. Um, so what did you say, Lisa? Say what you will about Florida. It's 84 and sunny right now. Will 45 successfully take away women's right to vote? Well, they want to, but I don't see. I just and forgive me, please, mea culpa, if I'm wrong about this, but I don't see them being as effective as they think they're going to be, and I don't see those guys lasting very long. There's already pushback, and it's going to get even more. And you know, I had like a flash that it's to do with physics. For every action, there's a equal reaction, or uh, yeah, a consequence. So there's been such a violent attack on our government that there's going to be a tsunami of pushback. It's going to be overwhelming what they've set into motion, especially so up front with Elon and his little boys that are driving a wrecking ball through our government. People don't like their money being touched. People do not want somebody like Elon messing with their money. So there's going to be huge, huge, huge pushback that I don't think Musk and those people ever considered the American people were capable of. And I was thinking about Elon just driving home today, and I was asking my guides about him, and that's where they gave me three cards right now that they say are kind of represent Elon and what's going to happen in the future, which I'll share with you in a second. Is that Elon is he's a little boy, really. They should have, like, how they have the Trump balloons and diapers? They should have Elon in diapers too, because he's not the same kind of emotional IQ developmentally as Trump. He's a 2-year-old little boy who's just so pleased with himself, running around with a bare ass around the house where parents are desperately trying to, put his diaper on, but no, he's not going to let that happen. That's kind of where he's at. But remember, again, they were chosen by Putin to be that because he wants to destroy our government as quickly as possible. Um, but I ask my guides every day, and it could be that emotionally, like I just don't want to hear what actually will happen or something. But I get such strong resonance when I ask the question about, is this it? And for our democracy, for women's right to vote, my guides say no. We will have a strong democracy, and this is just temporary. And it's interesting to me that I still think that if it's just the in your face, aggressive, obviously illegal behavior by these bad actors, if they had been more cunning and taken more time and done it with a veneer of normalcy, it could actually work, right? Just like the Bush administration. But instead, everybody can see they're running amok. There's nothing that you can really. I mean, you can gaslight only so much, but the American people are like, "What the" and Elon Musk, especially his popularity is so low. Yes, I agree. Wendy, your democracy will be stronger as a result because who knew there were so many cracks in our safeguards? There's what safeguards, but I think we're going to find out. There are safeguards. It's just this happens so fast, and the government is so slow. Will the ICC? I think they will, Barbara. I asked my guides, so the guides say yes. The world does not want their economy, their order, their social order, political order upset like this, so they have to respond, and they can't let it happen in their country. And America is so important in the world; they have to respond. And what I see, what my guides are showing me, is the army getting involved. Is I think those Trump and those people being called out, the irrefutable proof that the election was stolen, and then being being stopped. Yes, exactly. I agree, Mimi. No felons should ever be allowed to run again. I thought that too. So, what is the future of Fox Network? Hi, Jackie. Let's see. Thank you, Celtics here. Um, what was the question again? What is the future of Fox News Network? Well, when Murdoch dies, you know, I think Lachlan is taking it over. I think he's going to completely like transform Fox. He wants it to be more like the new CNN because he's not like his dad, and it's not. And I still see, and I was predicting this some years ago. So I don't know how right that is, but I still see Putin not lasting much longer. And I think whatever I was perceiving, I think that what my guys were telling me is coming to pass. I think I said this in my last live because he's losing the war in Ukraine. Generals are getting blown up right, left, and center. They're getting closer and closer to home, hit home. He's got illness. I just think I was seeing it in a quicker frame of time, but I don't think I've seen all of a sudden Putin get stronger or healthier. I think he's on this downward trajectory, and I think his time will end. Um, Sir, uh, Sir, why do you think March was going to be a wild month? Just out of curiosity. Um, oh, thank you. I love the Fatima hands, Celtic. Celtic. Um, I just went looking today for a Fatima bracelet because one of mine broke apart. I think I'm just going to make another bracelet with beads, but I definitely love the Fatima hands. I don't know what I didn't do it. Emojis somewhere. I love that. Let's see, Mystic Michelle, what are you saying here? What are your guides saying? Uh, Wendy Schneider, I know, right? My guides say March and April stuff is going to get real with all this stuff. Pluto and Aquarius will not abide this crap. I think so too. It's just not feasible. It not the energy. No, I was also hearing that from my guides earlier. The energy is just not going to allow it. So these, this is a crazy, desperate attempt by Putin. I think he really misunderstands Americans. He doesn't understand us. He thinks that, that he doesn't get that we just haven't been homogenously like for hundreds of years under repressive leaders. So we don't have that knee-jerk reaction to kind of step back and obey. We're, we're diverse. We came here for freedom, our ancestors did, and we're the hella like we're not going to stand for this. It just isn't within our makeup, and I think Putin thought because he was able to somehow, the image that they're giving me, my guys, is like a shoehorn, a shoe that doesn't fit, so you just like Cinderella, right? Cinderella's stepsisters and cram that foot into the shoe, which is kind of what they're trying to tell me happened last time because he did not win last time. He stole that election from Hillary. The Russians stole it, and somehow because I think Russia looks at MAGA as like the typical American and thinks that how stupid we are and how gullible we are. But MAGA was never the majority of this country, and it isn't. It's even less than it was. Let's see, Lisa. What are you saying here? My school loan forgiveness program was dissolved and interest is being charged and payments are scheduled again. Oh, I'm so sorry. After over 20 years of payments, I have to set up my six-figure loan. Oh, I have my six-figure loan forgiven. Yeah, a lot of this really awful stuff is happening. But I'm going to ask the guides about. I think in the future things will be set right, um, and we'll go forward. Say back to Biden's type of forgiveness and concern for the consumer. Uh, but right now, it's like interesting. I have a friend who lives in New Jersey who's a businesswoman, and she's like, as soon as in November when Biden won the election, not Biden, sorry, when Trump won, he did not win this election, but when everybody thought he did, all of a sudden, all these industries, these businesses were uh, not paying minimum, the new minimum wage again. We're uh, going back to like the kinds of um, mercenary and kind of shark tactics that they had been inhibited from doing during Biden's reign, and that was really scary. I remember when she told me that. So, Linda, I can't spell either. That's what spell check is for. Um, so yeah, ask more questions. So Celtic steer, what do you see for the outcome? Do you see at all the possibility of Kamala and Tim coming back? I mean, taking the rightful places. Barbara Shu, I can answer that. Um, or I can answer that. I could try to. I'll ask my guides that. Um, Not good. The orange one's health is not good. Congestive heart failure. Like he needs. This is what the guides say. Oh, for entertainment purposes only. I'm just a psychic. What do I know? Just asking my guys and telling you what I hear from them. But guides say he needs like operation. Like he needs some stents put in. He's got hardening of the arteries, and I've seen this for a long time. But he's terrified of surgery, and he doesn't want it. And this Ozempic or what's it called, Ozempic, or he's still on that. That's why he's lost so much weight allegedly. But it's very challenging for the liver. It's not great for the body to be on it for any length of time. You have to get off it and let your body normalize. It's just so bad for him. So it's not helping him in terms of his health. That's what I see. Um, Oh, I saw that. I saw that, Seascape, and I want to do that. I had thought of that we should have a class action lawsuit. We all should. Like millions and how many people are there in this country? Every single person that has been affected needs to get behind this class action lawsuit. And I kind of saw or and wondered, like kind of like Alex Jones. You know how Alex Jones had his lost his fortune? Maybe that could happen to Elon. Like he ends up owing billions and billions of dollars, and we're in a situation where it actually gets enforced, and he's like Alex Jones all of a sudden, poof. And he really, if we think about manifestation, like just for the highest good, I've been just like imagining Starlink, the satellites turning off. What maybe one by one, uh, maybe all at the same time, and being put out of commission. It's Starlink is his like golden ticket as far as I can see. because it gives him so much power to have all those satellites that changing elections and God knows what else they're doing. Spy satellites. I'm sure there's all kinds of mischief. So it would be great if we could have a collective visualization of Starlink going kaput, and also maybe because he's lost his contracts. And there's all that information coming out right now. But the reason he went after you said first was because um, did they have some kind of action against him for fraud? He's trying to get at these agencies that actually are um, pursuing legal action against him. That's the first thing he goes after. There's so much, but he's fraudulent. Like he's saying that there's fraud and waste in the Treasury and all these departments, but he's the one. He's the one who's doing the fraud, and that's coming out. Mystic Michelle, whose aspects? Oh, are you talking about Trump? How so? How are his aspects? I'll put your comment up. How are they bad in March? I think I've been hearing, like, I listen to Cosmic Owl and some other astrologers, and I've been hearing that too. Um, Brenda says, I'm afraid this Trump and Musk debacle, sorry, has highlighted what democracy means to the individual and collective. Afraid. For many years, the American democratic system has not been fair to minorities. Oh, yeah. So maybe at the end of this, huge reforms are made. It makes us look at, the hidden iniquities and the loopholes and all of that, and maybe huge changes come as a result because what has been torn down needs to be rebuilt and maybe from the ground up in some ways because there's some serious weaknesses there. So Elon thinks he's like the man of the hour because he's he's the one who finally did it. He's a libertarian who had moxie and was able to, do all these heinous things that I'm sure they talk about at what's it called? The Republican uh, gathering that they have every year. Where they have swastikas in the back. But what's it called? That organization. Where does it begin with a C? I cannot remember the life of me, but that's what they talk about. And now he's gone and done it. But what he doesn't understand is that it's so unpopular. He may have a very small amount of people going, "Yay! Wow, finally, you're destroying the democracy." But the majority of us are going, "Hell no! Stop it! Arrest that man. He's run amok." Hey, Elaine, I live really near Canada. Americans love Canada. Putin hates Canada, which is why Trump hates Canada. That's why Trump threatens war. It's because it's Russia. Everything Trump says is either Russia or Chinese talking points. Let's look at the new comments. Yeah. Oh, CPAC. Thank you, Vinbar. That crazy Nazi gathering. I'm sure they discussed all of that there the last time they gathered. Kate Travel Tarot, hey, hi. Um, Doge. Oh, thank you. Um, keep the faith. Thank you, Lisa. Yeah, the guys keep on saying that. Celtic Sears saying we all have to do our part. Keep the pressure on our politicians. They need to start earning their keep and be reminded of whom they work for, the people. Yeah, Pluto and Aquarius, right? This is the time. No one voted for Leah. No. And isn't he a naturalized American citizen? Isn't that what they want to? Wait, they're such hypocrites. But that's the point. Hypocrisy is the point. Cruelty is the point. Hypocrisy is the point. So before I forget, let me just show you. That's just 3-card reading. What my guides showed me psychically. What they thought I should know about Elon right now. So this is the Gilded Tarot. So this is the King of Wands. This is a good representation of Elon, the narcissist who he sits on his throne. He thinks he's entitled. He's above everybody, and he's going to act his will. He's going to do what he wants to do. Look at him. Look at that. And then this is the Knight of Swords. So this is I want to say Leon, Leon, same name to me. When he is attacked, he will go on the attack, and he'll get on his high horse, and he'll become very aggressive. Like, who are you talking to? Yeah, I'm the king of the world. I can destroy you. That's him. But what's coming up? They show me, and this has come up before recently, is the Ten of Swords. So this is some devastation for him that just ends his rampage. And this is consequence. This is the major illegality of what he's doing is it's just hard to fathom. And what hurts me is just like beyond, I mean, obviously the damage in so many different ways, but the sacredness in a way of our government, the norms, this is the people, the people's money, right? The people's treasury, and he's just raping and plundering, and it's just like the insurrectionists, who uh, defiled the Capitol. This is how they, or this is yeah, I think this is a good card for that, right? Uh, he has no respect for our government. He brings in those little boys. Such a weird. Those kids are really like major incels, right? Um, Allegedly, at least that's what it appears. And he's just leading them to trouble. I mean, they could, if things turn a certain way, which I think they will, they could be in prison for years. I mean, their lives are ruined. But it reminds me of how he um, is with this little boy. Like he's implicating, or he's causing that little boy to be complicit in his uh, illegal steal of the election. Not that I mean, his little boy is probably only like looks like 4 or 5 years older, but that he grooms children to become criminals. He's a groomer. So that's what the cards that they showed me about him. Yeah, it is a revolution. America needs to wake up, be one nation going forward. And I had that thought too about how, Steve Bannon, he talks about like his whole thing is to cause civil war, kind of like the Helter Skelter Manson thing. It's this whole. I think somebody wrote a book about it. Some in maybe in the late 50s about this civil war happening, and then the African Americans would attack, the Caucasians, and then but this small group would hide, and they would be the only ones who would survive, like the white supremacists, and they would come in and they would just take over because they would be the adults, and of course, African Americans, they're just children. They wouldn't have the ability to run the government. I mean, that's their thinking, and I believe that Steve Bannon has the same thinking. But what's really happening? It's like they've gone so far. It's not a civil war, it's a revolution. It's the people against Elon. Like, mess that up. They were trying to, and the insurrection. Look at the insurrection was definitely like the South was in the capital, uh, but they were pushing us too far, and I think that's going to unite the people because it's our government, whether you're MAGA or whether you're not. Well, whatever you are, like we're all together in this, and I think that's what's happening. It's unexpected consequence, right? Oh, yeah, we are in a I yeah, we are in a mo I don't even think it's slow moving. I think it's kind of fast moving in some ways, probably slow, but it's been slow moving for years. This coup's been ongoing. I still wonder, and I'm interested in your opinions. What happens when if Putin got Prigozhined in the next few months or even year? What happens to everybody else? Who's gonna, be calling the shots? Because right now Putin's calling all the shots. And oh, this other thing. Let's see, Mystic Mama. Yeah, the revolution is here, Brenda. Um, the light has already won. I agree. My guides told me that ascension cannot be stopped. Yes, the dark is trying to prevent ascension by taking as many down with them. That's why shock and awe. They need us scared. Oh, I've been talking about that, and my guide's been showing me that 100%. It's too late. Like the we're moving forward no matter what. We're just at the very tail end of whatever dark Piscean or the negative Piscean energy, because there's very positive Piscean energy, but this is the end of that epoch, and now we're moving into Aquarius, and it's a whole different energy, and they tried to stop. They did try to stop it. That's what they've been trying to do, traumatize it, so we disconnect from our higher selves and our guides, and then shift the polarity of the planet backwards. But as Kamala, who represents the light, says, we're not going back. It's too late, and everything's moving forward, and that is exactly what my guide showed me. Um, Whatever it looks like now, the energies are just not going to. I don't believe the energies are going to sustain uh, what's going on with Elon and Putin and Trump and God knows, it just isn't. It's. I feel like we're our consciousness collectively is rising to this point of going, what the, you are. You're just pictures, really. You run around thinking you're big guys and you have the power to do this, that, and the other. Cancel a student loan, or like to deprive children of lunch, depriving whole countries of rain that legally they've already, it's already there. So that we said we'd provide, and that makes you feel powerful. But we don't see you powerful. We see you as needing, criminals, stupid criminals needing to be stopped. I feel like that. Do you agree um, that collectively people are shifting how they're seeing these coup mongers? Oh, thank you. At least I'm gonna put that up here. Make your voices heard. Um, you are in a beautiful moment. Project and manifest the country you want. Agreed. And I do there's so many people I understand affected by this and scared for the loss of their health care and their livelihood, and my heart goes out to them. But I feel like it will turn around. I feel that is not the outcome for this. They want us to think it is, but it's not going to be, because we don't want it. We don't want it to be, and we will shift it. Oh, you have beautiful visualizations, Mystic Michelle. Violet flame, the country and the world. Throw violet flame. Violet flame turns dark into light. The light vanquishes the dark. I think it's really good to do these kinds of visualizations. Uh, my guide showed me visualizing the planet in a Merkaba, sacred geometrical shape. I mentioned that in another live, to restore its polarity and protect it. And I've been trying to do that as much as I can too. And I also have been using color, like from I didn't realize violet flame had that attribute. I've been imagining, like, to counteract the red, to see the planet enveloped in blue light. But that would makes purple, right? If you mix them together. Yeah, Finbar, I agree. It has been. Um, Oh, I meant to put somebody. Oh, maybe we'll have universal healthcare when it's all said and done. I think we might. I think because of the whole nature of pendulum swing, right? Go really extreme one way, and then we swing back the other way. And this is really really extreme. So the pendulum volition will be to end up there. Okay, thank you. Violet is the highest color frequency. Saint Germain holds this light. So, some are you saying Putin came into? I was wondering that. Like, when did he come into power? That would be 1952. Um, yeah, I think Putin is like the head of the devil. He's what the devil lives in him. He's like walked into Putin and then walks into other people, but he's like the head of the snake. Oh, you're saying that maybe you will have universal health care. So you're saying Mystic Michelle Violet light actually transmutes the negative energy into light. Pour this over everything. I think this is a really wonderful time to be doing that. Like, do what we can. What can we do? Light workers, we can shift energy. We can work on manifestation. We can collectively unite and hold the world in love. So many things we know how to do. We can use our energy healing skills. Mystic Michelle, you're saying that he's out by summer. I just feel, my guys keep on saying, especially when I need talking down, because I can watch the Midas Brothers or something or whatever. Which I wasn't watching them for. It's not that I don't love them, but they really kind of they never like even give a nod to the fact that this election could have been stolen, and other people like that who are big guys or big men and women and for like kind of progressive uh, social media, the ones who just like tunnel vision, and then they might shame people. Oh, people didn't turn out. Not enough people turned out to vote. Well, that drives me nuts because that is major gaslighting to me. It's not that their intent. I don't think their intention is to gaslight, but I feel gaslighted. All Putin has done is rip people apart. You need to come together and love each other. Yeah, that was terrible. Poor Jessica. She was talking about that and saying that the Mike's brothers have been really wonderful to her over time, but this particular thing when this happened, I mean, I watched a lot of people like the Midas brothers. They just couldn't make that leap, and then they just went along with like whatever was being put out on acts about how, oh yeah, people didn't get out to vote, or somehow like they couldn't get past that. Somehow everybody like just wanted to be on that page, and yet it was so obvious to all of us that there was something nefarious going on. You just can't call an election 4 hours after the day of the election. You can't do it. Um, Melissa, do you loves peace? Melissa, do you see a Democratic leader who will be more outspoken? There already are, but I think the reason there's a reticence to be outspoken about the election steal was because I think that there was a early decision by the Democrats that just didn't want to go there because maybe they didn't have the proof. They didn't want to be compared to the Trump election deniers, and there was a lot of pressure. Uh, I agree. Okay, grounding and clearing, shielding, most important at this time. Many light workers are being psychically attacked. Oh, yeah, exactly. Thank you. By the dark right now. The administration knows about us psychics, etc. I agree. I was just talking about this with somebody the other day. All of these points came up. Mystic Michelle, I don't know if you watched the lives where I talked about Putin's witches and about the psychic attack that we went under. It was severe, from I think before the election, but definitely the day of the election, and then just for months being bombarded with this horrific energy. And I asked my guides about it early on, and they showed me that we were being psychically attacked. And Putin does have a whole cadre of black magic practitioners and uh, evil shamans, Mongolian shamans. Actually, you can research. I mean, it's out there. And yes, America has for a very long time also had. I've spoken with some of them, with psychics who work for the government. Um, Not in that way. It's like we don't have. I don't really believe we have dark witches who are cursing Russia. Maybe we should. I don't know, but Putin certainly is. For Putin, I think, and you can let me know what you think about this. Um, is that oh yeah, that's it. I really I got a strong hit of Putin really like venerating Rasputin and that kind of dark magic, and that's what he wants practiced. That kind of really kind of evil type energy. He has no like Putin has like no boundaries or um, he's a sociopath. He would commit sacrifice like the allegedly, well, not allegedly, like the Wagner group in Ukrainian and in Ukraine. And yeah, he's a scary dude, as we all know. But all that stuff. Did anybody else feel attacked during that time? I feel it less now, but I always try to keep my eye via my guides on what's going on with the witchcraft over there. Um, so, do I see Kamala being president? I do. My guides are saying yes. I just thought that, yep, she is president. We elected her. She is president. But, do we see her being sworn in, inaugurated? And the guides say yes. She is president, and that will be recognized and come to pass. God, I hope so. But that's what the guides are saying. Oh, I wondered that too, Mimi. That's interesting. I've always wondered if the Biden administration asked Midas not to alert people, but they're working quietly behind the scenes. I wondered that too. Like, let's just kind of focus on this while we're taking care of the other stuff, because to come in at this time and say to the American people, yeah, although we already know, I think the majority of people would not like be surprised that Elon Musk retabulated the votes. Besides the whole Jim Crow, like the millions of votes that were caused by unchecked voter suppression, we got to fix that problem too. But the lion's share were the retabulate, because even with all of that, Kamala still would have won if Elon had not done the Starlink magic trick that he did. But I think that there's a lot of thought into how are we going to approach the American people with this information, because this is new. This has never happened before in this way. So yes, I guess the simple answer would be yes, Jackie. And yeah, the Midas, God bless them. What would we do without their media and their intent to create a alternative media when the majority of the mainstream media is owned by Putin and the billionaires and the oligarchs, and we have no chance, right, with them right now. But eventually, I believe in manifestation too, and I try to envision the transformation of the mainstream media, new laws being put into place, and the fairness doctrine reinstalled, all of that. And this is the time, right? Pluto and Aquarius. No work, no shopping, no travel, no compliance. March 15th shutdown. Okay. What day is that, by the way? In the calendar. Does anybody know? Diane K. Mimi, I had that impression after the election. Remember, Ben Meiselas interviewed Biden. Yeah. So the Democrats aren't supposed to be talking about that, but they have to know, especially the ones who are privy to intelligence. Like, they have to know that's a thing, right? Like, if it's obvious to us, and the math, they know. Oh, I have some other things in my as I, ponder this and ask my guides, just like all you guys do here, I ask the guides about like what, like this, what's really going on with Trump and Leon and maybe TL's part of that, and China, and how does Russia feel about it? Because it seems to me that China, with TikTok and has a and Musk and China have this strong relationship. How does Putin feel about that? Putin requires loyalty. He doesn't. I don't think he wants China to have control over these people when he certainly was the one who probably did the most to get the election rigged and these people in power. And my guide showed me that Putin, even though he's not doing so well, he's losing that war in Ukraine. His infrastructure is getting destroyed, and it seems to me, I don't know what you guys think, that Trump doesn't seem to hide his relationship with China right now, and I don't think he is. He doesn't what did he say about McCain? Just like soldiers who die because it's I don't know, narcissism, right? It's a failure to be wounded, or God, that he's losing respect maybe for Putin because Putin's losing the war, and the economy is so terrible. And I believe that Putin put one of the reasons, or the major reason probably, he put Trump in power is because he wants to be funded by him. He wants to raid our treasury, and maybe that's what Elon is also doing, is trying to figure out a way to siphon money to Russia, because Russia is poor right now. I mean, Putin has money stocked away, but the economy and the workforce are pretty shattered. There's terrible this invasion into Ukraine, and this megalomaniacal attempt of expansionism to be the new Hitler and conquer Europe. It's not really working for him. Everything is backfired. And Biden, don't forget, Biden has been so major in leading NATO to fund Ukraine and to help Ukraine defeat Putin. Without Biden's leadership, would they have been so successful? Without his friendship to Zelensky and his belief in the Ukrainian democracy and democracies all over the world. And it maybe it's fanciful, it's my imagination, but I was thinking, and I was asking my guides, like, how does Putin feel about Leon's allegiance with China and Trump's allegiance with China? Because China is more grounded right now than Russia, and China's more powerful than Russia. Like, China has more money, and it's more stabilized, and it's very clever in terms of, it's like a big fish who's going to eat a little fish, but it's going to come up really, really slowly, and like slowly open its mouth, and boom, 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 boom. So maybe Putin's not so happy about it, and yeah, in my imagination, or well, actually, I heard my guides were leading me here, these thoughts that perhaps Putin is going to get his revenge, and that's why Putin released the pictures of Melania to say to Trump early on, it's like, don't mess with me. I put you there. I can take you out. Don't you mess with me. You're loyal to me. And I feel that Putin can still get revenge, just like he's done with all the oligarchs that have window sided or gone by the wayside, met their tragic ends. Why wouldn't he do the same thing with the American oligarchs? Yeah, I agree. I agree, Brenda. Putin will never conquer Europe. UK is drifting back to EU. Ukraine will be a part of NATO. So Putin has destroyed. Just like Trump, like these narcissists, it's just they have a tendency to just sabotage themselves through extreme measures. But no matter how diabolical their plans are, or how clever they think they are, they end up uh, totally undermining everything. And then, in a weird way, Putin made Europe stronger. Putin made Ukraine stronger because of the way that he was so narcissistic and aggressive with just marching into Ukraine, thinking he could take it over in 2 days, and bragging about his ability to create the Soviet Union again, and even more than that, and Brexit, right? All of that stuff, it just blows up in their faces. Um, yeah, allegedly, yes, I do. I asked my guides. I do believe that he had not warned, but said, like, I guess allegedly, I can't remember in what context, that or at least maybe it was a secret intelligence that had found out that he was talking about that as a means of domestic, or not domestic terrorism, but a form of terrorism. And he had tried it on so Lithuania, wherever there were some earlier plane crashes earlier this year or last year. And then but that was just like a drill, like a trying to find out if he could be successful here. And what choreographed with that, or correlated with that, was Trump and his cronies coming in and completely trying to dismantle like our navigation, or uh, yeah, our systems, our the travel safety. Yeah, but our federal departments. Same time. I mean, that was really early into him coming in too, right? Um, oh, hi, Marianne. This is my 16th, I think, my 16th live. So I've done a lot of past lives uh, over the 5 years I've been doing this show, and I have a lot of videos. I don't know if people haven't seen them. You can go onto my YouTube channel and go to playlists, and I have a past life playlist, and I have done a lot of past lives where my guide showed me uh, like the Nazi, yeah, the people in the Trump administration and their in, incarnations as Nazis. So if you want to go look and see, I should probably make a list and just post it. But who's who might surprise you. But yeah, that they said that there is this reincarnation of Nazis, as well as Civil War uh, generals, and who else? The Nazis of the Civil War, and maybe even the Revolutionary War. Uh, and I didn't do all past lives on on the bad guys on the GOP. I have done quite a few on Democrats and other. I think I definitely did one on Ruth Bader Ginsburg. So you might want to check those out. I've done one on Kamala Harris. I've done one on Michelle Obama, Jennifer Warren. A lot of those women were suffragettes. At least my guide showed me that. Oh, thank you, Lisa. You rock. Okay, I didn't even see that. You're asking to ignore your comments. I don't even know what you said. Oh, thank you, Kay. Uh, so yeah, this is like this incarnation is like the ultimate, like the last battle, like this huge battle between good and evil, and we're here to fight it out once and for all, and really make our choices for where we want to go from here. That's what my guide showed me. Were you saying, Mystic Mama? They are so desperate. Creator wants humanity to ascend. They will lose. We are going higher into the light. All of creation is watching what's happening on Earth. Oh my God. Of course, our guys are telling us similar things because that's what's happening, right? Because they showed me that too. That this it's so important what's happening here on Earth because it reverberates out to the rest of the metaverse, really. So the golden ticket is this lifetime. I agree, Mark. Oh, I love you guys so much. You're so awesome. Mary, yes, I believe Biden and Harris are still working behind the scenes. And it's interesting because it sounded like this brief clip of Kamala Harris. I didn't really see the comments so much. It was something about her being asked if she was going to run for governor of California, and she got it. It was what struck me was her getting into her car or vehicle, limousine, whatever, and she was treated like a president to me. Like those guards, security guards, were like, like the way they would guard Biden. And I thought, that's interesting. She is being very securely guarded. So maybe they know something. So let me read you the card from the Sacred Forest Oracle before I forget. Okay. So the card that my guides chose for you Water Spirit, Manifesting Dreams. Your dreams can come true, truly. However, there are a few steps that are necessary for this to occur. First, believe that you deserve it. Know that you are worthy. You are. Act as if your dreams have already come true. Act as if, move your body like someone whose desires have manifested. Most important, you must also take action in the direction of your dreams. This is not the time to sit around and passively wait for things to turn out. Give deeply and fully of who you are, for the more that you give, the more you will receive. Allow your emotions and feelings to flow. Don't repress or suppress the truth of your soul. As you focus on gratitude for what you already have, more joy and abundance will grow in your life. Water energy traditionally represents your feelings and emotions. As in all things, too much emotion can be depleting, and too little can be draining. When your emotions flow as clearly as a mountain stream, then you are at a pivotal time to distinctly state your intentions and dreams to the universe. And the universe will answer and support your dreams coming true. The spirit of water says water flows to cycles or in cycles. And right now you're in a cycle of manifesting your dreams. Don't stop the flow by doubting or hesitating. Allow your emotions the freedom to be expressed. Timing is everything. And right now is your time. Water spirit, manifesting your dreams. So that's a beautiful card here. Go Mystic Mama, Light Warriors, yes. Robbie, I didn't see you. I want to say hi to you. I didn't see if you maybe you haven't commented, but thank you for being in the chat. Mark, I didn't get that Leon was this person. I got that he was or maybe that is his, I should go back. I got that he was one of the Nazi doctors in Auschwitz, but I can't remember his name. But that name doesn't ring a bell. But I did compare and contrast their likenesses, and that's what my gut showed me anyway. But who knows? I could be wrong. Nothing's written in stone with me. I just show you what I see, or what I think I've heard. um, Mystic Michelle says we should send light at a specific time each day, or do a global meditation of sending light. Melissa, our numbers make it powerful. I agree with you. And here we are in Pluto and Aquarius, calling for this collective light working. This is required. This is the time. Oh, Celtic Steer, that's a good question. I think they will. I'm going to ask the guides. This is just maybe even before then. I mean, theoretically, if the truth of the steel comes out and we really kind of look at what the real results are, then they've already taken the House and the Senate. But if that doesn't happen, I do believe that they will, and I think they'll be allowed to. I know that that's a voice in my head too. Is like a question, like, oh my God, will they be stopped? No, I don't think so. I think that even some GOP want this check. They don't like this rampant overreach. It doesn't help them, and I believe that the reason that they more don't come forward, like Cheney and the few others, Kissinger, is because they get really threatened. They get like death threats, and they get threatened threats of being primaried, and it's like a mafia. The way that the GOP are kept in line. That's what I think is happening behind the scenes when they can't be bribed. Yeah, Mark, go look at like or I can post it if you want me to. The past life of uh, Leon. It's been looked at quite a bit recently, just because he's coming to the forefront. But they're, oh my God, they're identical in feature, like they could be the same person. It's super crazy. Um, so yes, I agree. Yeah, I just feel that it's going to be stopped. It's like it's too far, and the whole government, the whole country not liking it so much. And it's so sad that people's lives right now are just so quickly affected, and people not getting their Medicaid and Medicare paid for, and but that we have such a big class action lawsuit, right? I'm going to be part of that. I'm so pissed off. He's got millions and millions and millions of people on this lawsuit, which I believe is going to happen. So let's go. Let's go with that, because we can take his wealth away, right? Through the courts. If we can't stop him, physically, we can, like Alex Jones, he lost his whole fortune. We can do the same thing with Leon, and he deserves that. So when I'm saying Leon, I mean Elon. He didn't quite cotton on to that. But oh, Diane, it's really hard to the timing. I'm not so great at timing, and part of that is because, first of all, the angels, they don't always give us the timing. Some things are just, we have to be in suspense. But also their perception, like time is, things go so quickly for them that are really slow for us. I'll ask anyway, but just I want to give you context, if I, or kind of, if I'm going to answer you, it's like take it as it comes, I guess. It's not written in stone. It's not absolute. They say like March. I think that's really quick, but that's what they say. They say March. And for some reason, they kept on telling me that like February 9th was a really important date, that something really important happened then, but I'm not sure what that is. Um, but something really like fundamental, maybe a decision was made. Maybe they finally decided to go ahead and like shut this whole thing down. But I don't know if anybody else gets the 9th of February, but there was something really important that happened on that day. Remember the movie It's a Wonderful Life with when Potter tried to take over the town? America's starting to feel like Pottersville. It is. Oh my God. Oh, Diane, you have? Yeah, it's like gonna be really quick, and it's just there she is, our president. I pray that happens. So you guys, I'm at the end of this live. I love you guys. Thank you, everybody, for showing up. And this, I always forget to do this, but thank you, mods. Thank you, thank you, thank you. A shout out to the mods. Thank you so much. You do a wonderful job. Uh, what an amazing community. Oh, it's sending, like chills through me. Oh, yeah. I think we're going to find out what that is, but they kept on saying it for several weeks, like the ninth is important. The ninth is important. So what did we learn from today's live? Is to manifest, right? Is to work on manifestation and do collective manifestation as well as individual manifestation. Your Celtic Zero, like your salutation here. Take care, everyone. Keep the faith. March 9th. Oh, okay. I'll ask about that and then I'm going to go. Okay. But I'll be back. I think Tuesdays are good days for me. I hope it's not too late in the day for some people. It's, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, my time. But I was doing 3, but I just didn't have enough time to do preparation in a way that was not, like feeling stressed. So 4 o'clock just works better for me. Just gives me more time to get prepared. Oh yeah, they say the 9th of March. It's a powerful day. Like from the 9th of February onwards, maybe it's the energy, maybe it's the forward motion. It's not going back. It's like that tsunami or that consequence of what happened with this pendulum swing to evil, like just is now building up, and it's going to just forcefully boom come back, and uh, we're not going to stand for it. It will not stand. So I love you. 314 is pi. That's so cool. Oh, hey, JC. Hi. Oh, you're so welcome. Thank you, Jamie. Okay, love and light. I'll be back next week. You guys take care. Bye bye.